Hey guys, it is I, Kuroninja. Some of you are probably confused that this isn't a Toku video, but some of you know me as a Japanese idol enjoyer, and today I want to talk about who I think might be the best idol group you've never heard of. Now, before we talk about the best idol group you've never heard of, first I'd like to give some background and explain what makes idols so appealing for some people. As someone who has been to an idol concert before, I think the reason why idols are so popular is the atmosphere. Idols are mostly viewed the same way some people have their own comfort characters or a TV show they like to watch after a long day of work. This is especially effective in Japan, so it would make sense that one would want some way to relieve stress. The idols could stand in for a friend that they could talk to after a hard day of work or college. Now, this is one of the reasons why Japanese idols are associated with a sweet image. A Japanese idol group is a business after all, and businesses have to make money. So idols have to maintain a sweet image to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible. But the thing is, too much sweets can lead to diabetes, and there are a lot of issues that most people have with Japanese idol groups. Many idols have to maintain an image of purity, which means they're very restricted on what they can be caught doing in public. This has unfortunately resulted in most idol groups playing it safe and having nothing that makes their music or appearance stand out from every other Japanese idol group. But that all changed in the 2010s with the rise of the anti-idol. You see, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and let's make something perfectly clear. When I say anti-idol, I have very high standards for that definition. I am not just talking about something like an idol group that makes metal music instead of pop music, or an idol group that hides their faces behind a mask. Just because you've got a unique look, or you perform a different genre of music does not make you an anti-idol in my eyes. If you want to be an anti-idol, you gotta have something extra. Now, the anti-idol phenomenon of the 2010s isn't that important to this video, especially since the group that started it disbanded in 2014. But it showed that there was a demand for alternative idols, and so a bunch of rock idols and alternative idols showed up in the later years. However, I am only going to be focusing on one idol group that made its debut on New Year's Eve 2018. I believe that they could be the best idol group you've probably never heard of. I hope you're ready, because I am going to be talking about the idol group known as Planck Stars. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you who is my favorite member of the group. Okay, so I first got interested in Planck Stars in November 2022. Back then, the group was temporarily disbanded and all their members would be going to different idol groups. Two of those idol groups were Leiwan and Empathy, which are both idol groups that I'm a fan of. So I decided to listen to some music from Planck Stars and it sounded good. Now, usually when I discover a new idol group, I don't think much of it. Usually I only stick around one or two members and almost never think about the rest of the idol group. But Planck Stars had a different aura. You see, around this time I noticed that Nemuko Nekono from Leiwan was posting tweets talking about fans who had supposedly been taking their shirts off during live events and sitting on other fans' shoulders. This all stopped when Planck Stars ended their hiatus and all the members returned to their own group. And then I looked up Planck Stars and found a bunch of articles from idol blog posts and news sites centered around Japan. And that's when I was really introduced to Planck Stars for the first time. The name Planck Stars has a double meaning the more you think about it. A Planck star is a concept involving quantum physics, but the name can also be read as pranksters. The idol group refers to themselves and their fans as warugaki, which can be translated to mean bad boys or brats. This should at least tell you that Planck Stars is definitely not like other idol groups. Their style is a mix of EDM and hard rock, but it's not just the music that Planck Stars is known for. Now, there's a lot of things I could talk about when it comes to Planck Stars, but I think the best way to explain the vibes that they give off is to talk about the different members. As of the writing of this script, the members of Planck Stars are Kanyan, Aru Rai Rai, Koharu Nushi, Momoshikiya Furuki no Kiba no Shino Bunimo Nawama Riaru Mukashi Narikeri, Enmachacha, and Now, as much as I'd like to talk about all the Planck Stars members, it's going to take up a lot of time, so I'll just give a brief rundown of each one. Kanyan is the leader of the group who likes drinking and partying, and she's also the producer of a lot of cafes. Rai Rai is the heart of the group, and she's got an interesting personality and a lot of qualities that I think a lot more idols should have. I don't know anything about Koharu, but she was a temporary member of one of my favorite idol groups, Empathy. There's a lot of interesting things about Mori, so I have no idea what to say. Enma Chacha used to be called Enma Raja, and if I was a fan of Planck Stars back then, she could have been my favorite member. And Uyu is like an AI, kind of like the Huma Gears from Kamen Rider Zero One. Now, another thing that makes Planck Stars different from other idol groups is that most idols wear the same costume, so you have to become a fan of the group before you decide your favorite member. However, each of the Planck Stars members have their own individual costume and unique look, so it's easier for newer casual fans to decide who their favorite member is. This also applies to the idol's stage names, which also helps them stand out from each other even more. But if you were already a fan of Planck Stars before seeing this video, there's a big chance that your favorite one is either Kanyan or Rai, because they were part of the group since day one. Now, the thing with idols is that it's not just about the music, it's also about the performance. Going to a Planck Stars one-man live is an experience. I haven't been to any Planck Stars live events, but I've heard the best way to experience Planck Stars live is by being in front of everyone and holding a pink glow stick in the air. But their music is also really good, so even if you're not planning to go to a live event, I still think you should give their music a try. Okay, so before I end this video, I'd like to talk about the final thing that I like about Planck Stars. As much as I like certain idol groups, one problem I have is that the fans and the people involved in making the idol group, they take the idols too seriously. But the thing with Planck Stars is that I don't think they really take themselves too seriously, and that's what I really like about them. Anyway, that is all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And my favorite Planck Stars member is Momoshiki Furuki no Kibano Shino Bunimo Naoama Riaru Mukashi Narikeri.